We're going to be talking to you a little bit about managed services and some of the key benefits of why organizations can benefit with managed services. We're going to talk a little bit about the differences between the sizes of the organizations and the services that we can provide. I know, Vic, last time we had Jim and Salva, so our podcast is growing. We're planning on bringing a couple other consultants to talk about our technology and the services that we provide.
You're definitely going to find these questions valuable and informative. So the first question I have for you, Israel, is how's managed services more cost efficient than other services an IT company provides?
We're finding that these ERP applications and the clinical applications are becoming more and more complex, so they're requiring a lot more expertise, a lot more knowledge to run them, to support them, to manage them, to patch them up. So that's where we come in. You know, clients are not required to get 3 or 4 system administrators to support those applications. What we do is we provide a team of consultants that can provide the necessary support that they need in order to manage these applications. We can patch them up, we can back them up, we can help them manage these applications regardless of whether they're on the cloud or on-prem. We provide that expertise for them. So we make it very cost effective for them to have a team of consultants rather than hire 4 or 5 people to run one application.
I see. And can you tell us a little bit more about how managed services increases efficiency for companies?
Another great question, you know, and it goes back to this whole team approach, right? The competitiveness and efficiency is added by them not having to have 5, 6, 7 people to support this application. You get the team of consultants with managed services, so that way you can, you know, if you need someone from finance, if you need someone from HR, you have that expertise with our team. You can also focus on running your organization and do what it is you do, right? Whether you're in the healthcare business, your main goal is to have better healthcare for patients. So
you get to focus more on what your area of expertise is, not necessarily on the IT end of it. We as a managed services company, we take care of all of that for you.
Correct.
Yeah.
The other thing that I want to mention there is the whole notion of upgrades and the faster cycles to implement that. A lot of times, you know, organizations do not necessarily have that expertise in-house to help them go through the journey of upgrading, right? And we do that for clients all the time. We have the expertise in-house that we can help get them to an upgrade version faster than they would, you know, without having to learn the new technology, learn the new functions and features. We're in the business of supporting these applications, so our goal is to ensure that we have the right expertise in-house to make sure that our clients get the right support.
Now, you mentioned expertise. Tell me a little bit about the team aspect of managed services as far as that expertise is concerned. How does that kind of impact an organization?
Yeah, you know, a lot of times on these applications, you have to have a developer, a database administrator, a functional expert. On the team approach, we provide that expertise for them for one service fee, right? Whether it's a monthly cost, a yearly cost, we provide that to them at a service fee. And so they don't have to worry about engaging with a payroll consultant, a supply chain consultant, an IPA developer. We provide that as a team service approach.
Sure. And can you speak to the cost aspect of managed services as far as the smoothing effect, as far as you know, the costs are concerned and so forth?
Yeah. So you know, a lot of times we're finding that, you know, in supporting these applications, like I mentioned before, you need a number of expertise, you know, technical, functional, development, and things like that. So with the managed services model, you actually can predict what your cost is going to be to support that application. Versus, you know, now I need to bring in a team to do my upgrades. Now I need to have a database developer to support the database side. And so the managed services model allow you to have a predictive cost to manage your applications, and you can budget for, you know, running that application. Very predictable, very cost effective too.
Gotcha. So predictability is obviously important for companies out there. And is it easier for companies that acquire managed services to stay up to date with technology, essentially, because it's changing so rapidly? I mean, can you speak to that?
Yeah, definitely. Like you mentioned, technology is constantly changing, and more so now that clients are going to the cloud. That whole notion of the every year updates, the patches and the upgrades, it's forcing them to get expertise that they normally didn't have to worry about. And so that burden and comes back on us. We mitigate that risk by having that expertise in-house. And so our goal is to ensure that we have the right expertise to help our clients mitigate the risk of having to keep up, if you will, with the latest version. And so we provide guidance, expertise, and strategic support with those applications.
And as far as the different applications concerned and things like that, the sheer number of applications.
Right.
You've been in this business for 20 years. Has the number of applications a single organization is taking on has it just expanded where the expertise just isn't there?
Yeah, drastically. I mean, we see that now you need cloud expertise, database expertise, technology-specific expertise. Whereas before, you would only worry about the expertise for that application and not necessarily have to worry about whether the application was on the cloud, was it running SQL Server, just a number of different technologies that are required from that application. Certainly, the applications are going to become more and more complex. There's going to be some initiatives by the software vendors to make them user-friendlier, but the technology behind those applications will become more and more complex.
Okay. And finally, can we talk a little bit about the advantages a sort of a small or a mid-sized company can gain by using managed services, as opposed to, say, a larger organization which has sort of resources, sometimes even unlimited resources available to them?
Managed services adds a lot of value for mid to small size organizations. The larger organizations generally have big teams in place, and they have those big teams either for a functional department or for an application. On a smaller to mid-sized organization, those teams may not necessarily be as big as some of the bigger organizations. So managed services allows them to get access to that expertise pool faster and quicker than if they were to go out there and recruit for it or hire some consulting firm to just provide one resource.
Right.
So on the managed services model, for a smaller and mid-sized organization, access to that expertise is going to be a very big key differentiator to staying competitive, right? What we're seeing is that they are also competing with the larger organization.
Right.
A smaller hospital may be competing with a large organization, healthcare organization. So, they want to have access to the same expertise that organization has. So engaging a partner like Scendian to provide that expertise is going to be very, very key to their competitiveness and staying on the latest and greatest of that application or technology stack.
Sure. I mean, we could discuss managed services and what the advantages that it provides for an organization for sure for a long time, basically. But any final thoughts or a question maybe I left out that maybe you'd like to?
I'm going to close it by saying reach out to us on LinkedIn, YouTube, Vimeo, Instagram. Follow us on social media.